we have a little bit of vocab that you need to know. A relation is a set of ordered pairs. Okay, that set could be in the form of a table, could be just a list of ordered pairs. Okay, so if we had a table, for instance, table comparing height and age, yes. Yes. So we have age and height. In meters. So you might see a relation in table format. If we made these ordered pairs, okay, then we would list them like so. So we put those as XY coordinates instead. So you can have a relation if you have any set of ordered pairs. We also need to talk about a function. A function, however, is a relation where one input gives one output. Okay? There is one specific y value for each x value. Right, there are two ways that we can determine if something is a function. Right, the first way is a mapping diagram. And we're going to take the relation 11, negative 2, 12, negative 1, 13, negative 2, 27. We're going to look at the domain and range separately, but if you don't remember what those are, domain is the set of x values or inputs. Range is the set of y values or outputs. What a mapping diagram allows us to do is make sure that every input has only one output. Okay? It's a visual. So we're going to take all of our x's and put them in a little circle here. So we have 11, 12, 13, and 20. Now the idea here is, and what you want to be careful of, is if you see a number listed more than once, for instance, say 11 was there more than once, we wouldn't list it more than once in our mapping diagram because then we lose the visual. So you wouldn't want to list any number more than once in your domain or your range. Okay? So this is our domain, and we're also going to do a little oval over here for our range. So in our range, And again, no repeats. Our range, we have -2, -1. There's another -2, so we're not going to double, we're not going to list that twice, and 7. So we have -2, -1, and 7. In fact, you might want to do these in order. So if you do see a duplicate, you see that you've already got that listed and you don't list it twice. Right. Now what we do with the mapping diagram is we look at our ordered pairs and we say if 11 goes in, -2 comes out, and we draw an arrow. So 11 in, -2 out. Okay, now you don't have to write in and out, but this is for your notes. Okay, here 12 goes in, -1 comes out, so we draw an arrow between those two. 13 goes in, -2 out, so you can cross. And 20 in, 7 out. Okay, now here's the key to the mapping diagram. Once you've made sure you didn't list duplicates in your range or your domain, okay, no repeats, you are going to look at your domain. If each number has only one arrow out, then it is a function. Okay, now if I look down the line and I see, ooh, 11 has 2 arrows out, maps to 2 different numbers, that would not be a function. Okay, that's why you don't want to repeat numbers, because if you're listing them more than once, you're not going to see that you have 2 arrows coming off of any number. Now, it is okay to have 2 numbers mapped to the same number. Okay, that's okay. 2 arrows in is fine. 2 arrows out is not fine. All right? So what I'd like you guys to do is take a second, and we're going to do a mapping diagram for this relation. And see if it is a function or not. Yep, you want to draw this one out. So you bisect ABC. So maybe easier to see it this way. Okay, so BD is the bisector, so you've got it the right way, but sometimes to see an actual angle there, the visual helps a little bit. Okay, so ABC, the whole thing, is 9x. ABD, this part of it, is 3x plus 30. And the key here, obviously this can't equal that because this is small. That's the bisector part. If that's a bisector, that makes those congruent. So if this is 3x plus 30, then that must be as well. And then you can use the angle addition postulate and say this plus this should add up to that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So what numbers should go in my domain? What numbers would I list in my domain?
3, 8, 9, -4.
Okay. Now, you don't have to have them in order. It's just a tool if you find yourself accidentally listing duplicates, but we didn't list the 3 twice because we've already got it there. Okay? And then my range, what would I have for my range?
2, 1, 2, 3, 0.
2, 1, 2, 0.
Okay. So then,
Oh, yeah. That was
yep, it's -2, 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay. So we have 3 mapping to -2, first arrow, 8 mapping to 1, 9 mapping to 2, 3 mapping to 3, and -4 mapping to 0. Okay? Would this be a function or not?
No.
No. How do you know?
Because those two numbers
Yeah.
ranges. I don't know.
Yep. 2 arrows out
Yeah.
is a problem. Okay? 2 arrows out of that 3, this would be not a function. And that's what we're looking for with the mapping diagram. Now, the other method that we can use is going to be a vertical line test. So we'll do that next.